Hi there, welcome to the highlight series. We're going to go ahead and just show you a quick tip on the command center for the Jayco Greyhawk today. So today, here we'll go over the main command center, all the controls in here, and we'll go ahead and start with this little guy here. This guy is basically all your levels for the whole system, for everything on the unit. It's going to show you your battery levels, which you can see are full as we push it. Your freshwater tank, which is empty because it's winter and we have this thing winterized. This will be full when you pick up in the summertime and in any warm weather conditions. Outside of that, it will be empty and the tank will, the system will be winterized just as it is today. The black tank, which is your wastewater, which is just basically your toilet. Outside of that, there's no other entry into the black tank. That will be empty when you pick up, and the gray water will be empty when you pick up. You can keep an eye on those levels here, or the best way really to keep an eye on your gray water is if the water starts coming up in the shower, over here, if the water starts coming up out of that drain right here, then you're gonna know that it's time to drain your gray water. Your black water, the best way to keep an eye on that, because the reason why I go over this, because these sensors don't always work, and sometimes they get clogged up with stuff and they don't always show the right readings. So don't always trust these two sensors here, or even this freshwater one. Sometimes those ones don't work, but for the black water, the best way to check is to just simply open up the toilet, pop that valve open real quick, and you'll be able to go over that right here. This one here is a foot pedal, and you can just simply press that open and you can look down in there and use a flashlight, and you'll be able to see the level there. That's the best way I would do it. So the rest of this stuff here, you got your water pump. That's going to give you your water pressure. You flip that thing on. Your LP gas water heater setting. This is the one we like to use just because it's the most efficient. The electric one doesn't necessarily work the best on all these units. Always go for the LP gas for the water heater. You're going to want to turn that on about 20 to 30 minutes before you go ahead and you're looking for hot water for your dishes or for your shower. And for the slide room controls, you have your out here and you have your in here. The out, you're going to want to just hold that thing down and it will take it all the way out. And then bringing it in, you'll hold it in until it comes all the way in. And I'll do a quick demonstration of that right now. And hold in on the switch, and we'll watch that thing come in all the way until it rests at its location and final destination. All right, and that is snug. So another note on the slide in, make sure that this captain's chair, this driver's chair, is up and out of the way of this slide, because that thing won't stop and it'll destroy something. It'll either tear off the fascia or it'll tear up the chair. All right, so once you have your slide operations down, you can go ahead and use that thing at your will. Make sure you have that thing in when the vehicle is moving all the way in. Up here you have your inverter switch. You can turn this on to kind of keep an eye on your battery levels. Right now it's showing a 13.4. That's pretty much your charging voltage. Above 12, anything above 12 you're going to be seeing, well, standard you want about 12.6, but you see about 13.4 up to 14.2, you're going to be in charging mode. Either the generator running or you're going to be plugged into an outlet there at the site. For your generator operations, to prime the generator and to check your hour usage, you can hold the stop button here until the switch light ignites, and then you can see your hour usage there, 24.1. And then you can hold your start button down, and you want to hold it while the generator cranks until the generator fires up completely, just like that. So once your generator's running, you can run that thing as long as you'd like. Then to shut it down, all you have to do is simply press that stop button once, just like that, and that'll shut down your generator. And that is how you run the control panel center here on the Greyhawk. So down here below, We have your interior lights, electric steps, and exterior lights. Your interior lights will operate all these ones here on the ceiling. Your electric steps will turn these steps on, which will operate that function in and out with the screen door. Your exterior lights is a little orange dome light there on the outside of the unit to give you some porch light outside at night. You have your speaker switch inside and outside. Okay, and that'll bring the sound from the radio inside to outside the unit. Your awning switch, you hold this out until your awning is fully extended, and that way when it's fully extended you can enjoy the shade. And if you're operating that awning, make sure not to operate it when it's windy outside, you know, about 5 mile an hour, you know, max. You know, you want a nice little breeze, that's fine. If it starts to really pick up, you want to get that thing in as soon as possible. So to get that thing in, you just hold that in button all the way until that thing snugs up against the side of the unit. This battery disconnect is basically for service purposes. It's not for the renter to use. So if you have a small child and end up and they like to play with switches and buttons and they end up touching that, what it's going to do is disconnect all your power to the entire unit, and you're not going to have anything go on. You won't even be able to bring your slide in. So in that instance, and something happens where you lose all your power, check that button. It is going to give you a nice big pop, and you'll know that it disconnected. And so that brings all the power back on. A good way to also indicate that is this light here. If this light isn't working and this is tripped, you will lose that light, and then if you bring it back on, you'll have your power live again. This here is a carbon monoxide and propane gas alarm that will go off in the instance of, you know, a propane leak or a carbon monoxide in the RV. It will also chirp at you if the voltage gets below about 11.6 volts. In that case, you would just know that you need to fire up that generator or turn on the engine to start charging that battery, or get yourself plugged in. And we're going to go ahead and conclude the video there for the command center for the Jayco Greyhawk. Thanks for joining us.